Hey, this is Eamon. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about negative keywords. Now, negative keywords are the second thing that you need to have in place before you hit launch on your Google Ads. The first one being conversion tracking. I've already made 2 videos on that. You can check the channel for those. Let's talk about negative keywords. These are keywords that you don't want your ads to show up for. These are essential when running PPC campaigns. Otherwise, you'll show up for searches that will never convert into a lead or a customer, which means your ad won't get clicked on, so you're going to get a low click-through rate, so Google won't show your ad as often. And if they do get clicked, it won't be the type of person that you want to work with, so you blow through your budget. It's someone that's just curious and they clicked on your ad. Now, for this part about Google won't show your ad as often, let me explain what I mean by that. So, since it's PPC, pay-per-click, Google gets paid when somebody clicks on your ad. That's how your budget is spent. If nobody's clicking on your ad because it's not relevant to the searches that they searched, then Google doesn't get paid. So when that happens, they're going to stop showing your ad and going to show someone else's ad that's going to get clicked so that Google will get paid. That's basically how it works, because they obviously need to benefit here as well. Now, here's why you need to be using negative keywords. The first reason is that it helps you reduce or prevent wasting your budget. Now, the second reason is that the higher quality or the higher intent clicks that you get will be from leads that can become customers, so it won't be from irrelevant searches. And the third reason, and I spoke a bit about this in the conversion tracking video, is that Google's going to take that high quality data it's getting and get you more leads like that at a lower cost. Because the way it works is that you're basically teaching Google what kind of leads you want. So if all your targeting is on point, then it'll be able to get you those kinds of people. It'll show your ads to those kinds of people, and it'll get you those leads at a lower cost. But that's only if your targeting is on point, your conversion tracking is right, and your negative keywords are dialed in. Now, you can use negative keywords at both the campaign and the ad group level. Using them at campaign level will make them apply to all the ad groups in the campaign, and for these I recommend using broad match. I'm going to talk about this later and give you some examples of what I recommend. At the ad group level, I recommend using phrase and exact match for those negative keywords. Now, here's something that's really important. Unlike with the actual keywords, which are the ones that you do want to show up for, Google won't use user intent with negatives, so you have to be more precise. The thing with Google now, it didn't used to be like this, but now when you put in keywords, the ones that you do want to show up for, when you're first creating a campaign, what Google does is it actually uses user intent to match to those keywords. It's not those literal keywords that you type. So for example, if you have painter near me, your ad could show up for local painters, because Google's using the user intent in that case. But with negative keywords, it's not going to do that. It's still the old way. So you have to make sure that you cover all your bases and do it manually. Now I'm going to read from this Google support doc. For search campaigns, you can use broad match, phrase match, or exact match negative keywords. However, these negative match types work differently than their positive counterparts. The main difference is that you'll need to add synonyms, singular or plural versions, misspellings, and other close variations if you want to exclude them. So basically, it's more work for you because there's a lot more variations that you'll have to cover. Now, I recommend not thinking about this too much, just do your best, because later what you can do is that you can actually negative words out that people search for in your search terms report. Another thing to keep in mind is that the more strict the match type, the less strict Google will be when deciding which searches can trigger it. So basically, if you use broad match, you're going to cast a wide net. With phrase match, you cast a smaller net, and with exact match, you cast the smallest net. I'm going to give you examples for this from the document. Now, negative broad match. This type is the default for your negative keywords. For negative broad match keywords, your ad won't show if the search contains all your negative keyword terms, even if the terms are in a different order. Your ad may still show if the search contains only some of your keyword terms. So here's the example. Let's say the negative broad match keyword used is running shoes. The ad will still show for blue tennis shoes and running shoe, okay? But it won't show for blue running shoes, shoes running, or running shoes. Now, with phrase match, your ad won't show if the search contains the exact keywords in the same order. Okay, that's really important, in the same order. The search may include additional words, but the ad won't show as long as all the keyword terms are included in the search in the same order. So as long as running shoes appears exactly as it is in the search, then the ad won't show up for that. So blue tennis shoes, an ad could show. Running shoe, an ad could show for that. Blue running shoes, the ad won't show because this is the keyword that was used. Shoes running, it could show for that. Running shoes, the ad won't show. Now for negative exact match, your ad won't show if the search contains the exact keyword terms in the same order without extra words. Your ad may still show if the search contains the keyword terms with additional words. So that's the difference between exact match and phrase match. It's the order, and your ad may still show if the search contains the keyword terms with additional words. And as an example, the exact match is running shoes, okay? So the ad could still show for blue tennis shoes. It could still show for running shoe. Could still show for blue running shoes, shoes running. But for running shoes, it won't show because you're using that stricter keyword match type. Okay, if that got a bit confusing for you, here's what I recommend. Where to use each match type and type of negative keywords. So I recommend using broad match at the campaign level and use it for words that you don't want any of your ads to show up for at all. Okay, so for example, free, cheap, inexpensive, low price, lowest, career, job, equipment. You don't want to show up for things like that. Okay, that's what broad match is. And broad match means that you just type the word normally. Okay, now phrase match is when you type it between quotation marks, as I've done here. And I recommend using this at the ad group level so that you can direct the right traffic to the right ad group. For example, you don't want your exterior painting ads to show up for an interior painting search. Because as I said in the first video, if you watched it about how to create a Google Ads campaign from scratch, you want to have as much relevance as possible between the person's search and the ad that's shown to them, because that increases the click-through rate. They're going to be more likely to click on that. So you want to make sure that that happens, that they're shown the right ad. And by the way, you wouldn't believe how common this is. You can try it right now. Search for an interior painting company in your area and just read what the ads are talking about. You're going to see things about cabinet painting and exterior and things like that. So that's what I recommend with phrase. Now for exact match, and the way you add exact match is with these square brackets, just like that. I recommend also doing this at ad group level, and use this mostly for competitor names and annoying searches that are going to keep coming up in the search terms report. I don't know if I explained it earlier. The search terms report is basically the actual searches that people are searching that your ad is showing up for. So it's not your keywords, it's the things people are literally actually searching. So competitor names, you might be showing up for those. I recommend putting those in as exact match. And you should be adding negative keywords from your search terms report about once a week, okay? Because you're not going to be able to cover everything. Adding negative keywords is like playing whack-a-mole. It never really ends because there's endless variations that you could keep showing up for that you can't possibly anticipate them all. Especially in the beginning of a campaign, it's normal that there's going to be some wasted ad spend, but as it goes on, it's going to get more optimized as you build up a really strong list of negative keywords. And lastly, please let this process happen naturally. Don't be too strict with your negatives. You might really want to prevent your budget from being wasted on bad searches, but it could also be preventing your ads from showing up for people who are actually interested in your services. So you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot, basically. You can add more from your search terms report as the campaign progresses. Then you'll be able to bring down your cost per lead, all those wasted clicks. That's going to, decrease massively as you build up a strong list. And there's really no way around it. And like I said, I don't recommend trying to, accelerate this process by having an overly strict list of negative keywords. Okay. So that's pretty much everything I have about negative keywords. If you have any questions, then please leave them in the comments below.